machete and the cross.
The location, the Amazon jungle on that dark night when two men on a motorcycle darted in front of my vehicle and we collided. I jumped out and ran to the men, and to my horror found one of the men dead. I couldn't imagine that when the police officer who arrested me returned me to the scene of the accident, that I would face 150 warriors brandishing machetes, anxious to use them and awaiting the order to execute me. The battle would be waged between the power of the machete and the authority of the cross. While you may have never found yourself in such an intense drama, life leads us all down frightful roads with unexpected life and death consequences. At those times, the great question is, will our faith overcome or our fear produce defeat? After being arrested, the policeman returned me to the scene of the accident in handcuffs. He dragged me out of the police car and pushed me to the body of the dead man, whose name was Lazarus. I was to be tried by jungle law, which meant I was guilty until proven innocent. I looked into the eyes of the judge and jury, which were 6 members of the dead man's family. If they declared me guilty, the machetes would immediately carry out my execution. I must plead my case to them in Spanish, which at the time was nowhere close to fluent. From my spirit, I asked the Lord to grant me fluency in their language, and the Holy Spirit miraculously did so. I placed my handcuffed arms around each family member's neck, including Lazarus' father and his 8-year-old daughter. I drew them near and spoke softly to each one, telling them of my sorrow for the accident and the love God had for each of them, demonstrated by the death of his own son. I knew that I was standing on the verge of my destruction, but believed God would turn it into deliverance. This major detour would give way to the destiny God intended for his glory. After the miraculous verdict of not guilty by the family, I was released for my wife and I to continue our ministry around the world. As you read my incredible testimony, please join me in believing that I will fulfill God's directive to present this true story not only in the book, but a movie as well. Thank you for your prayers and partnership that will continue turning destruction to deliverance and a detour to destiny for people around the world. Always remember, the power of the machete is not greater than the authority of the cross.